Ladies and gentlemen, What's happening? How are you? Happy Monday afternoon. It's HAL Sparks Mega Worldwide. Thank you guys for joining me. And thanks to those of you that came to the morning show where we had a nice philosophical discussion. I thought it was particularly enjoyable, personally, if I do say so my damn self. And hi, chat room. Everybody join in. Just, get in and gather around. This is HAL Sparks Mega Worldwide. I've been doing this show since the first day of lockdown. When the world handed us all lemonade, I made lemons and went, it's better for you. There's less sugar and water. I squeezed all the sugar and water out of it and went, lemons are fine the way they are. Just don't overconsume them. There's too much acid. No. So I've tried to make the best of a tumultuous historical period in our nation's history and in the world's history, and I think I'm doing a damn fine job, quite frankly. Most of you are still alive, and while I'm not willing to take all the credit for that, I feel like maybe the one person I talked down off a ledge who might have worked at some sort of, I don't know, going back into my 80s lexicon of movies, might have worked in a biolab and had one side of a big pandemic. And they were like, why don't I just? And they decided not to do it because I made them laugh. Maybe it was something like that. Maybe it was somebody was about to turn your key, sir. And the guy was like, but I just can't. Why? Hal Sparks is going to be at Flappers a week from Wednesday. Maybe that's it. Regardless, by God, I'm doing my part. And I'm going to keep doing my part. And even when it's long, even when the endeavor eats up a lot of my time and a good portion of yours. Now, I'm going to say, I'm going to break up tonight's show into some slices, because rather than just go all night again, because like we did with my son Hunter, which after watching that, I feel like he is my son. And I want to react in a fatherly-like way to the people who made the movie. It's a thing. I'm not the Duke of Sparks yet. I'm the Duke of Earl of Sandwich, but that's a personal title, and you don't want to know how I got it. First, let's all go back in time, shall we? Come join me. Come back to a period in time where we look at maybe the White House entrance / Canada. It's a special place. And we don't know quite where we are yet. It's the beginning of a video. It may be an actual place. It might be a set. I don't trust anyone involved in this. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a news wax exclusive. Donald Trump sits down with John Voight. Now, does anybody know how genius it would be if it was just an hour or 21 minutes? They filmed for an hour, but you had to cut it down to 21 because if you show Trump for more than a few minutes, he looks like a jackass, and they know it. It has to be cut down. If it was just Donald Trump and John Voight just sitting, just like the two of them, somebody's stomach gurgles. Cracker, Mr. President? No, thank you. Yes. So this is I don't know where this takes place. There's going to be a lot of montage in this. I'm just warning you. John Voight's involved because free trip to Israel and some scratch baby, and he gets to they're giving him that travel cash. So he went to Florida and Israel and shot this. And he's got another thing coming out, and he's going to use footage from the other trip, no doubt, in this. But it's all about the Abraham Accords, the Laura Ingraham Accords, which, if you don't know, were a moment in American history where 4 countries that weren't warring found peace through normalized trade in goods and services, through commercial airline flights. That's right. You said it couldn't happen. It did. Yeah. Now, not only can private planes fly back and forth between the leaders and the wealthy of those countries, people can also now fly coach. It's amazing. And it was worth every $1 billion, both of them, that Jared got after it was over. Basically, it was like a finder's fee, it seems. So here we go. This is Donald Trump and John Voight just sitting together having a snack, I think. I don't know. Oops, hold on. I turned the audio off because I was setting this up. There we go. Here we go. In 2020, this is in 2020.
The most significant advancement toward peace in the Middle East was formed.
In 2020, the most significant advancement towards Middle East peace was formed, which just goes to show you in the last 50 years, there's been almost no movement in the direction of Middle East peace. You know what I mean? It's like having a contest, world's loudest whisper. At what point does it stop being a whisper? You're disqualified.
It was an agreement that created new relationships in a manner that had never been attempted before.
No, lots of things have been attempted before.
And it has achieved results that have...
Oh, all right. Well, we're going to hear the results. Obviously, you and I think that these countries, that these ceasefires are meaningless when there's no fire in the first place. But what do we know?
Exceeded all expectations.
You mean the entire lack of expectations?
The chances are you've never even heard of it.
Well, how would I? Obviously, if I haven't heard of it, obviously it was huge. It's amazing. That's the great thing about secret treaties are the best. You know what I mean?
In this very special presentation, I'm going to take you through the history of the land of Israel.
Very exciting.
Culminating in one of the most significant steps forward in the history of Israel.
Yes. I mean, sure, the creation of the state of Israel. This is four things were signed, non-binding agreements for commercial airline flights.
And I'm going to sit down with the president who made it happen.
Who, quite frankly, looks very sleepy. But we tried to recreate the White House as much as possible so I could pretend that I'm in National Security 3.
This is...
Bibi Netanyahu is now an AI being.
Israel and the Abraham Accords.
Oh, so great. Right when we get peace in the Middle East, John Voight fucks it up and makes it Israel and the Abraham. What about Qatar? Now they're going to open fire again, if they ever did, which they didn't. But that's all right.
With Donald Trump and John Voight.
I see. As the beaver. Sorry. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring the audio up a little bit. Wow, that was a... Isn't that little ch at the end? That's some...
And the Abraham Accords with Donald Trump and John Voight. While the story that led to the Abraham Accords actually began many thousands of years ago.
In these very buildings, which had less glass at the time.
Today's story begins in, of all places, Bedminster, New Jersey.
Not far from the burial plot of Donald Trump's first wife and tax dodge.
Home of the Trump National Golf Club, where I was fortunate enough to sit down
with a very sleepy. He just got up from his napples.
President Donald Trump.
Yes, I am. That's true. Just don't call me former president. It is early, okay?
President.
Yes.
Trump, this is a big honor for me.
Yes, I know it is for you. You're a lunatic.
And I have to say right away...
before you say thank you and that you appreciate it and know the honor is all yours, before you say that, I want to...
People assume because of some of the stances I've taken in
that I like you.
Friends, we're close friends.
And honestly, I fell in love with you before you ever grabbed me by the junk.
And that we speak often, and I say, well, I don't see him that much, but I'm deeply grateful for you.
Well, I don't see him that much, and then they cut something out.
And so I'm really honored. And I took this. This is so that you think I'm a journalist. You see what I mean? I'm an actor, so I have a problem.
Right. And you're also a very talented person. I think a truly great actor. That's why we honored you at the White House with the highest achievement, and you deserve it.
And thanks for returning the Constitution in pretty good shape. I mean, there was some stains on it. And don't take the fact that I'm having a real difficulty lifting this as any sign of anything but me being a macho as shit.
One of the most fun pictures I have is I heard the music for Midnight Cowboy, the way you introduced me, and it went on, and I said, I better get up and do something. And I got up and I started doing a little dance move.
Right.
And I have a picture of you laughing when I did that. And that's one of my favorite pictures.
Yeah, that was, well, it was also one of my favorite movies, along with other of your movies.
You know, it was that one. And the reason I like that one so much, Midnight Cowboy, is I felt the theme of it really touched.
You know, but no.
What was it about? Give a lot of people may not know Midnight Cowboy. Just give a little quick synopsis. What did this particular cowboy do at midnight? Did he work at a cattle ranch in the Bronx or something?
I just very much appreciate your expression. Thank you very much.
Great.
Yes, saying that you are honored to see me is a real honor to hear that from someone that I say it's a real honor to see.
What I wanted to speak to you about was something that we started at JLTV. My partner, Stephen Paul, said, what should we do, John, with JLTV?
Yeah, with JLTV. What are we going to do with JLTV, which is Jerusalem, I don't know what the L stands for, TV.
JLTV. And I said, why don't you tell the story of the land of Israel?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to name it Jerusalem, you can't, I mean, nobody's going to want to see you traipsing across Wisconsin trying different types of curds.
And we made a TV show called The Land of Israel.
Oh, it sounds great. I've seen it. And it's right up there with Midnight Cowboy in the things that I have seen of yours that are so amazing.
God's story. We told the story of the land of Israel from the actual places that it happened.
Israel? That's weird.
To me,
I don't know why I'm here. I don't know. John, I heard you were a little bit cuckoo. And I don't have a lot. I'm doing a dreamy dream. I'm having a little dreamy dream. In my dream, Ivanka is asking me questions I already know the answers to.
This story is
he doesn't know.
So extraordinary. It's God's gift to humankind.
Oh, you mean my story? Yes, the Donald Trump story is exactly that. Thank you for bringing it up, John. Now he's gonna get pissed. I thought you meant.
God says to this man, Abraham, 3,800 years ago.
3,800 years ago, give or take.
When Abraham was 75 years old, he said, I want you to go away from your home, away from your father's home, to a land I will show you.
You don't have to tell Trump this. He knows this. He's got both Corinthians memorized.
And I will make you a great
pie. It's going to be a great pie with lots of fruit and it's going to be a crispy and a little drizzle of sugar, but not so much that it's crunchy because nobody likes that. And a la mode. All right.
Nation will bless you.
Gesundheit.
And those who bless you, I will bless, and those
who and tissues and manna from heaven. I hope that's manna in the tissues. I'm a little worried now.
Curse you, I will curse.
And anybody who dances with you, I will make dance. And anybody who shucks, I will jive.
And through you, you will be...
Good. Oh, no. John, this isn't church, is it?
Blessing to all the families on earth. And this was God's beginning of saying, here's how we'll help the human race get on track.
Yeah, because they were worshiping idols and monarchs. They were imagining that certain men were above the metaphysical rules of all humanity. You know what? Let's skip that part.
Going toward this land we will
Who is being interviewed here? John, you can do this in voiceover later.
establish. And we know quickly what happened. Abraham was told when he went to Canaan, which was Israel.
First of all, this is now Donald Trump sits down with John Voight. This is I don't like this, John. My Sudafed is wearing off, and in Florida it is too humid for Adderall. I don't know if you know that you cannot crush and snort. You have to take it in pill form, and my digestive tract looks like it looks like a cow pasture littered with landmines that look like the Hamburglar.
Your son Isaac.
No, Don Jr., Israel, Eric,
And Jacob. These
Jingleheimer, and Schmidt. I know this.
will be the base of this land that I'm going to give you.
There's not a Bible in your hand. He's dozing off. This is fucking awesome.
Your people will eventually be a multitude of people, and 400 years from now, they're going to be slaves in Egypt. I will come and get them.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you two. Is this going to be separate checks, or have you you got a chance to look at the menu, or?
And I will prepare them and bring them to the land. This land.
No, we prepare them in the kitchen and we bring them out to you or whatever. But if you want, we do have a thing where we do dessert. I'm sorry, I'll go back. Your drinks are coming.
Land that you're on. And then we will begin
Yeah.
to develop this land toward righteousness.
Yeah. Oil fields and like military stuff and surveillance tech, really big, and hummus. I mean, you got to kind of it's a neighborhood thing. We're just up to our ass in chickpeas around here, and you can't make computer chips out of them, can you? I can. Excuse me. So just all right. Oh.
And we know what happened. They went to the land.
He doesn't know what happened, but thanks for telling me.
And unfortunately, these people turned their back on God's.
Those motherfuckers. I mean, honestly, the nerve. I mean, he takes this guy, he sends him over here. He says, "You're magic beans." I think if I'm hearing the story right, this land is better than every other. But I made a whole universe, but this patch. That's the good part. Then you live there, everything'd be awesome. Just don't fuck with me, okay? And then what do? Day 4. I mean,
statutes. And God said, if you do this, through the prophets, he said this.
Yeah, he didn't say it directly, obviously. He was like, he's got his people, you know what I'm saying? God had his people call their people and be like, listen, this deal is shit, okay?
You're going to be taken from this land.
Yeah. Yes, I'm smiling. Please finish.
Horrors are going to take place for you because this is what you've done. And you will be distributed across the world. You won't be in this land.
No, you'll be, yes. Tower of Babel story. It's the one most pointed to in Ancient Aliens. That God said, look, there's nothing man can do, nothing man can imagine that he cannot do. Let us go down, plural, and confound his language and scatter him upon the face of the earth. The idea being that early man, human beings haven't really changed about 125,000 years, and considering we've gone from like coal-fired, steam engines to super microchips in about 200 years, the question is, did we do that once before? And aliens were like, look, we made you guys because we came down here and we fucked apes, and now the Galactic Council's making us watch you guys. And now you're already building rocket ships, and you're idiots. And so we're gonna have to give you languages and cultures, make you look a little different, move you around the earth, and then when you can get your shit together, then you'll be allowed to leave the planet. But not until then.
And then each
That's like Cliff. That's the Sparks notes of the Tower of Babel story, just in case, just for those in the cheap seats.
prophet said one after the other.
Yeah, I mean, there was a deli number. You're like, now prophesying number 27, and there will be a great confusion as to where things truly are, and the children will lose the things of their fathers that he left there just the night before, around 8 o'clock. That has sort of a wrap-your-work attachment and a handle. And a friend shall lose his friend's hammer.
I will gather them from the...
I just am enjoying him being tortured, having to listen to this shit. Can you imagine the footage of this motherfucker having to go to church?
nations that they've been sent to,
Blink, blink, blink. I have to remake this and put blink sound effects in it.
into. And there will be a remnant that will come back.
There often is. And that's why you always want to have tissues nearby. Or...
And we will come back to this land.
Yeah, after the remnant is dried up and stuff, because until then, it's just not safe to walk around in sandals. Sorry.
And then I will be your God and you will be my people.
Right, after. But he said this through his people, who said, I speak on behalf of the... And by the way, when you slaughter a lamb and you're leaving a sacrifice to God up on the thing, leave the fat bits, okay? Because I don't like the gris... I mean, God doesn't like the gristly bits. Not any meat will do. God has a bit of a gastrointestinal thing, and so he likes no organ meats, because
There are people in the world.
I love that we just had to watch this. You couldn't do this shit, but like talking again, there was no Trump answers in any of that except, you're great at midnight, cowboy. We're 5 minutes in.
I think that the Bible is nothing more than a story.
Yeah, but if you touch this one particular word, your penis get twice as big. It's the get fruitful and multiply thing. It's often misread.
But I would ask them, if that's so, then why did history...
Oh, hear me, children of Israel. The Lord has given you these 10 commandments for all to obey. And old man, they don't let you live, they don't let you breathe.
Play out exactly as the prophets...
By the way, there's 2 sets of 10 commandments. You guys know that? You guys know that, right? Okay.
Told 3,000...
2 sets. 2 different... There's 20 commandments. There's the originals and the rewrite.
years ago. The Jews were exiled from Israel and spread to all corners of the world.
It's an interesting group of Jews. Just saying.
To Australia, to Manchuria, everywhere.
Yeah, that's the first place they went, was Australia. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu.
Where? Every continent.
Hava, Nagila, Hava. Hey, crack the tubes. Koala, Nagila, koala. Sorry.
After nearly 2,000 years of exile, the
And no boats, which is weird because they had to swim. It was terrible.
prophecy for the Jews' return began
Yeah, well, it was a long time because Australia's far.
to take shape. As it was written in the Bible, the land of Israel ran from Dan to Beersheba. From the years 1517 to 1917, this area had become part of...
Can I remind you, this is entitled Donald Trump Sits Down with John Voight. How much shit? They had to sit down for at least an hour. The fuck are they cutting around? Like, understand what you're not seeing. No pun intended.
the Ottoman Empire.
Yes. Known for furniture, of course.
At the beginning of World War I, the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire...
And the king of all red crayons.
Mehmed V chose to join forces with the Central Powers, Germany,
Like a jerk.
Austria-Hungary, and Bulgaria, against the Allies in World War I.
This was a mistake. Just saying. I don't know much about it, but I'm gonna guess this dude's gonna regret that.
A tactical decision that led to his empire's demise.
Yep. See, called it. I just had a feeling. You know what I mean? I'm glad, by the way, I appreciate that, since we only got about 20 minutes of this shit, that John Voight jumped from the land that supposedly belonged to Israel that was a lot less than what it currently has now, and just went from Abraham to Australia for a while. Like, I don't know if that's a tacit Mormonism tipping a nod or some shit, and then boop, to World War One. I mean, thanks for skipping all the boring shit. Am I right?
Part of the ceasefire and surrender agreement.
Uh-oh. This whole Versailles thing was a mistake. Germany was just not treated well after the...
The Allied countries were awarded mandates over the colonies of the Central Powers in hopes of ensuring that the Great War
would break out between piano players.
Could never happen again. Palestine was placed under the mandate of the British. Shortly after taking control of the region,
I declare this area Palestinian area, and the Stein and the Steining. Stinning of the, yes. And tea, please, if I may. Thank you.
British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour began to circulate
like a prick.
A memorandum that became known as the Balfour Declaration.
Wait a minute. How did it get that name? Sorry.
Which expressed support for the, quote, establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people. This became accepted.
Yes, it was the what I would call the late night, like Europe was with the Jews, like a bartender at closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. This is the idea that the creation of Israel as a specific state for the Jews was like, we're very glad you're alive. Could you please live someplace else? Fuck colonizers. I'd like, okay, whatever. Those are the people, they're sending people back, but whatever.
By the British government and the League of Nations. However, Arab...
By the way, that was the minor League of Nations, and they never really made it to the majors.
Nations who were reluctant to see the...
I did not cover the Q rally on Saturday. I'm going to after. We're going to do half of it after this thing's done, and then I'm going to split it up because it's long.
The creation of a Jewish state in the region quickly began to place tremendous pressure
on that woman's hat.
The British Parliament. In time, it succumbed to the pressure, and it soon became clear.
Oh my God! Why are we watching a WikiLeaks page read by John Voight?
That a Jewish homeland would never be realized under.
Well, I mean, it's just not. I mean, the Homeland's a great show, but you can't port it out to like every country the way you can with like, you know, like an FBI or CSI kind of a show.
The British mandate. It would remain in limbo until 1948, when Britain turned over the control of Palestine to the United Nations, who partitioned it into two separate countries, one of which would become the Jewish homeland. While this fell far short of the promise of what the Almighty had intended for them.
When he provided them with trumpeters so bad it could wreck architecture. I mean, I've seen some bad musicians in my time, but none of them could actually make your house fall down.
They accepted this as a necessary first step. On May
to getting Jews out of Europe.
14th, 1948.
You can't kill them, but you can't live with them. You can't live with them.
The Jewish residents...
By the way, let me be abundantly clear. There's a seriousness to all of this stuff as it played out in history and the ramifications and the need for a two-state solution in Palestine and Israel and that kind of stuff. That's all very important. This is an inserious bunch of bullshit. So my jokes are about it, not about the general notion of Judaism or the Palestinian people. For fuck's sake. If it never, ever, never take these assholes seriously enough to let them drag you into an important topic on their terms. Do you understand? It's really, really important.
Of Palestine declared independence over the land that had been allotted to them, restoring it to its rightful name.
And providing them with a constant piano soundtrack.
Israel. The Arab League believing...
Arab hotheads. Wait a minute. Back the fuck up. Hold on.
restoring it to its rightful name, Israel.
Arab hotheads stir holy war. So they were just big into like, we think we live in a clickbait time. Arab hotheads stir holy war. The New York World Telegraph, final edition. Paris subway shut down due to errant cheese odor.
The Arab League, believing that the Jews...
Not to be confused with Human League, by the way. Wait, what's the Human League song? Hold on. I don't know. I'm terrible about my new wave. Yeah, don't you want me? Oh, I got it right. I got it right. Don't you want me? I know you're Palestinian and I'm an Israeli. Don't you want me? Don't you want me, baby? Sorry.
Jews
Okay.
would easily be defeated, launched an illegal
Arabs attack U.S. legation. Legation?
unprovoked
As a delegation, not the delegation, the legation.
war to gain control of the Israeli partition. Despite a refusal by the West to support Israel in this assault, the Arab forces miraculously fell to the Israeli militias, known then as Haganah.
Haganah.
They would become the foundation
This, what the fuck? I'm skipping some of this. For fuck's sake. Yeah, when is he gonna, look how long, what in the fuck? Hold on, that's the whole first segment of this shit? 8 minutes in, and all we got is, I loved you in Midnight Cowboy.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Wait a minute, did he reverse the names?
And now, more of my conversation with Donald Trump.
More of it? Any of it? Something? Shit.
Now, our president.
Oh my God, he's still going. I pray that at no point does Trump get another word in edgewise. I know he ends up saying something, but I think this would be so fucking funny if it was just him, like, oh God. Just John Voight lecturing him like a fucking lunatic. Let me show you my manifesto, motherfucker.
Our country, who carry the Bible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And know this story very well.
We carry the Bible. Are we supposed to Mao's little red book, the Bible, around with us all the time? I'm sorry. I thought I lived in America.
The importance of this land and the gift of this land to this people.
The Jewish people, are we still talking about Israel and Palestine, or it's just an overlap? I see. They're basically the same thing. Here's what happened. I know what's going on. So he said, I'm going to give you this land. It's a magic land. It's a magic land. Yeah. I mean, that's how she sang it. Anyways, he gave him God said, I'm going to make this land magic and it's all yours, and these people, I'll broom them out of the way. And he was really talking past Israel to America, but Israel thought the hot chick was looking at them when really she was looking at the clock over her shoulder, over their shoulder. You know what I mean? It was one of those moments. He was really talking to the United States. Or not. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Support Israel very well.
No.
And Israel was attacked several times.
And also attacked the Palestinians several times. So you just notice, by the way, in the Abraham part, he skipped the whole thing where it's split into Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And that's kind of been the problem.
By these warring nations.
Basically like 3 groups of siblings fighting over the inheritance.
And then internally. And our presidents.
You know what's fighting me internally? The desire to choke the shit out of you. I don't know why I'm here. He's never going to say anything.
Didn't do much help them didn't see
I thought this was an interview.
it. They kept offering peace solutions that required.
This is fucking amazing. I know I'm stopping it a lot, but for fuck's sake. He just won't let him take. If you don't believe in God, this might make you a believer, because the Lord sent one of his most devout offshoots to corner the only person who gives less of a shit about Christian values than he does on camera, so he can't fucking leave. Oh, God.
Israel give up land. Now, Israel's a very small place. They don't have land.
No. I mean, what are they going to... I mean, they have to take it from somebody.
And the Arab nations surrounding them have nothing but land.
All Israeli-Arab peace
Oh,
talks
motherfucker. He's going back to... This is a voiceover again.
have focused on creating borders within Israel where another Arab state
So awesome. You can't understand the joy of watching a self-involved asshole like Trump be lectured to on a topic he has no fucking interest in. Cut away. Because even that's boring. We can't just... Even the Newsmax producers like, we can't just play footage of John Voight yammering. Can't just let John Voight just blather
state can reside and have its own independent
it.
government.
Now we're back to Wikipedia.
This is what drove both the Camp David Accords in 1978 and the Oslo Accords in 1993.
Which were a bunch of shit, honestly.
However, in both
I mean, they were between warring states and they resulted in ceasefires that saved lots of lives. But was there commercial airline traffic between countries that don't really give a shit about each other?
cases, peace
Oh, shit. No, well, glad to be of service, Kelly.
never materialized. And the assassinations of both Egyptian Prime Minister Anwar Sadat and
Fucked up the whole thing.
Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin were directly tied to these land for peace agreements. The Oslo Accord
Oh, my fucking God. Get on with it. Okay, here we go.
civilian areas.
2001. Jump forward to...
The Trump administration recognized that the missing step toward peace
was money.
was not a political one,
No, it was...
but economic.
Where would a guy like Donald Trump get the idea that the way you deal with Arab leaders and Jews is money? It's almost like it's a preconceived notion he's had his whole life.
They quickly began to investigate how
All right. Peace to Prosperity Workshop. Oh, God. Was Marianne Williamson there? She was there, wasn't she?
the United States could help
Grants, subsidized loans, grants and loans, private capital, total resources. I guess these are billions of dollars. I'm going to go with billions of dollars. Nobody's going to get peace for $39,070 in grants and loans all together. $39,770 all together. Never mind.
cement economic agreements between Israel and its surrounding
Hey, look who it is. The true pivot person behind this whole thing. Why is he not interviewing Jared Kushner? Because he actually would blather back at him because he helped work it out. Trump has no fucking idea what happened in any of this. I can't wait. What we've done is so important if he ever gets a fucking word in.
Arab neighbors. Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, began the process of negotiation between Israel
And he made it into a Pollock painting.
And the United Arab Emirates.
Oh my God. How did they ever find peace between these two groups that kind of don't give a shit about each other?
To build channels for direct investment and financial cooperation.
And, you know, for a fee.
Between the two countries. By mid-August of 2020, a deal had been reached.
That Trump had no idea was even going on.
As news of...
By the way, don't think for a second that Trump is not aware that Jared walked off with all the sweet deals because of the Abraham Accords, and Trump himself and the Trump organization got fuck all. It's aggravating, yes, terrible even, that Jared Kushner and Ivanka walked away with $2 billion, largely related to this shit. It's kind of hilarious, though, that Trump got nothing of it.
This landmark agreement began to make its way through the Middle East. Leaders from the country of Bahrain.
Not Bahrain. I mean, did they agree to get rid of their nukes?
Reached out to Kushner and his senior.
And we're like, hey, we hear you're handing out peace deal loan guarantees from the U.S. government and military aid to the tune of like $50 billion. If people that aren't at war with Israel sign a what is it called again? A peace deal. All right.
Senior advisor Ivy Berkowitz saying, "We want to be next."
We just finished a very exciting 2 days here in Bahrain where we had the Peace to Prosperity workshop.
It's so good, and that's great. And don't forget to follow me on TikTok.
We had over 20 countries participate and 350 business leaders from throughout the world. This is a very important blueprint for the future of the Palestinian people, and
once they're involved,
hopefully a step in the direction of making this a safer, more prosperous region with tremendous opportunity for all the people.
And all the people in the Kushner real estate empire.
September 15th, 2020, the leaders of the United States.
The cannons went silent. The bombs ceased to fall. The planes were called back. The edge of war was averted. And someone unplugged Joshua.
Israel, the United Arab Emirates, and Bahrain signed.
Interesting peace accord. The only way to win is not to sign.
The Abraham Accords on the South.
Wait a minute. Why are you signing mine? That's mine. Why are you signing on my name? Now it doesn't work.
One of the White
What the fuck are you doing?
House.
Abraham, as many of you know, was the father of all three great faiths.
Yeah, and a sign of unity in the world. At least the good thing about him as a dad, he raised the kids to get along. Not since Cain and Abel have there been siblings that got...
He's referred to as Abraham in the Christian faith.
He's like, no, I don't need to hear this at all. Jesus Christ, every time I sit down around this stuff, somebody's haranguing me about this nonsense. I just got an earful from John Voight for like 2 hours.
Faith, Ibrahim in the Muslim faith, and Abraham in the Jewish faith.
And Abe to his friends.
And no person...
and Gabe Kaplan to fans of Welcome Back, Kotter.
Better symbolizes...
How do you think Trump didn't get a piece of Kushner's pie? Yes. I don't... He did not get a piece of it. No. Ivanka will get a piece of it, but she's separate from the Trump org because they had to separate. That's why she and Jared... I mean, the idea is that if he needs a bailout, there'll probably be a source of money for him. One of the things you got to know is that Kushner's eventually, if the Trump properties get in trouble, the next buyer of choice under the table will be Jared and Ivanka buying these things effectively out from under their dad. And then they'll give Don and Eric something to do.
The potential for unity among all these three great faiths.
Yes, nothing will bring Judaism, Islam, and Christianity together like three states that don't really give a shit about each other being able to have commercial airline flights. It's not since Hungary offered peanuts on flights to Yugoslavia.
Than Abraham, and that's why this accord has been given that name.
It's a thing. I signed a thing.
I wanted it to be called the Donald J. Trump Accord, but I didn't think the press would understand that, so I
He's not kidding.
didn't do that.
This day is a
And by the way, I want to, and we're having great fun at the expense of John Voight, but I want to thank him for leaving that quote in and showing what an absolute stooge Trump is.
pivot of history.
By the way, fuck Bibi is what Trump said after he left office, and Bibi Netanyahu called Biden and congratulated him on his win. He just hates him now. It's great. I mean, there is more war between Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu than there ever was between Israel and Bahrain in the modern era.
It heralds a new dawn of peace.
I stand here today to extend a hand of peace and receive a hand of peace.
I would like to extend a laurel and hearty handshake to our new...
The declaration supporting peace between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the State of Israel is an historic step.
Yes, it's one of the few declarations of peace that were not preceded by acts of war. It's I never even thought of it. You know what I mean?
On the road to genuine and lasting peace.
We are already discussing this with other nations.
Yeah, so if he just had won the election, Iran was like right there.
Very powerful, very good nations, and people.
Oh, good. All right. So the bad nations, which are the problem ones, they're not interested. Is what you're saying?
That want to see peace in the Middle East.
Shortly thereafter, Sudan.
If they want to see peace in the Middle East, then getting them to sign on to a peace deal shouldn't take any fucking work at all. You should have done it right out of the gate, dipshit.
And Morocco, Oman, and Jordan formally signed the accords as well, clearing a host of new economic
Morocco? Holy shit.
ties in this region. The accords have pumped billions of dollars into
Of U.S. funds.
the economies of all the countries involved.
Of U.S. dollars.
And when I became president, and even
Oh, look, they cut to the questions now. Like I don't know where the fuck they're picking up from. He was midway through saying something.
before I became president,
Even if and after, I mean, I'm still president.
I spoke very favorably about Israel. Golan Heights, as an example.
The Golan Heights
I said Golan Heights. People told me Golan Heights, and I was like, Go Long Heights. And I thought, and then I was watching The Heights, which they had that one hit song, so good. Not a big radio hit, but very popular.
were yet another attempt
People have said good things.
by the Israelis to trade land for peace. The Israelis captured the Golan Heights from Syria during the Six-Day War in 1967. After a ceasefire had been called between
I feel like this is like Cliff Notes for people who don't understand Trump talk. I said Golan, especially Golan Heights. All right, he didn't say anything else about Golan Heights. People might not know. Golan Heights are important because
Israel, Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, the Israeli Knesset
what the fuck is this? God damn it! We're 13 minutes in. He said like 18 words. This is hilarious. What happened? Did he walk out?
was prepared to return the Golan Heights to the Syrians in exchange for peace. This offer
In exchange for peace. A piece of Egypt, actually.
was quickly rejected when Syria signed on to the Khartoum Resolution at the end of the 1967 Arab League Summit.
The nerve.
The resolution became known in Arab circles as the three no's. No peace with Israel, no recognition of Israel, no
And no mayo. Hold the mayo.
negotiations with Israel. As such, both Israel and Syria continued to lay claim to the land. On
Like a dick.
December 14th, 1981, Israel passed the Golan Heights Law, extending Israel's law.
That's Donald. You can't see him very well. Donald Trump was there. That's him in the hat. There he is. He came disguised because he didn't want to be an overt negotiator. That's part of the art of the deal. So he would often, it's a trick he learned from Rudy Giuliani. He would show up in drag and
laws, jurisdiction, and administration to the Golan Heights. Israel's sovereignty over the land had not been recognized.
I signed a thing. I did a poo-poo.
By any other
I did a poo-poo on the Bible.
country until
You ain't getting this? Are you getting this? I don't even... Anybody getting this?
the Trump administration changed the U.S. position
All right, I'm done.
to assert that the Golan Heights were part of the state of Israel. When we come back,
When you come back, where the fuck are you going? Okay. We come back.
and now more of my conversation with Donald Trump.
Your guess is as good as mine, people. I don't know what's happening.
I've always had a good relationship with
Israel?
people of the Jewish faith.
Oh my God. This is one of those conversations where if you have like a racist family member, you might recognize this as one of the signs where you start to white knuckle the Thanksgiving table, hoping that they don't like go on a screen. There's like, this could definitely, there's a fork in the road. Please go that way.
I've gotten along with them very well.
As you know.
Great respect for what they've done, what they've accomplished.
You mean, all right. No, I'm not even gonna.
The promises that were made to bring.
They cut that in to make it look like Voight gave him a fucking second. But this is from the first conversation. This is Voight just prattling. I swear to God, after Voight left, they shot B-roll of Trump answering questions from another person just to get something. Like an assistant from JLTV sat down and went, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Mr. Voight forgot to ask them. One of them was, he wrote it down, like, Jews love you. If you like Jews, check this box. That's not, but just, can you answer that as kind of a question?
Our embassy into Jerusalem, for instance, happened under this president, Donald Trump.
Jerusalem.
Oh my God. They didn't.
Is recognized as the capital.
Fuck me. Get on with it. Look at them trying to tell like, and when Trump gets in, I'm gonna fuck him. I can't wait till you screw Trump out of one of his wins. You know, because I'm really a bad guy dressed as a good guy. Humans smell so interesting. I hope I will be able to clean my nostrils later after I return home. Uh-oh.
Exactly 70 years ago, the United States under President Harry Truman became the first nation to recognize.
Oh my God, now he's doing Wikipedia. It's dueling Wikipedia from these motherfuckers.
The state of Israel. Today we officially opened the United States Embassy in Jerusalem.
While it was
That's all you get? That's all he gets. Yeah, we know how that happened, stupid. Oh, okay, here we go.
Which leads one to question, are we near a time of great peace?
Yes, obviously. Trump is here. It means Jesus is going to return. There'll be a tribulation. Obviously, the next 100 years are going to be full of strife and a lot of, airplanes crashing because the Christian pilot was just taken up and the rest of us just having to, be in like modern Sodom and Gomorrah, but, without any of the rich, thick shakes.
I believe that there's going to be a turnaround.
Is that hope?
He finally just had enough and interrupts him. This is an edit. Listen to the cut that happens in Voight talking.
Peace.
I believe that there's going to be a turnaround.
Is that hope?
See that? They slice that over. There you can hear, like, if you're listening with headphones, you can hear they overlapped another take and tried to take out what he was saying.
Or is that from your instinct? Why do you believe that?
Why do you believe that? Because you keep talking about Abraham Accord like it was something. Are you you're a nutcase, right? Also, Trump is dry humping. He's fucking a flag in that picture.
I mean, if some very big things don't happen very quickly, there can't be a turnaround.
I agree. People say to me all the time, will Donald Trump run? I said, certainly will run, but we can't wait too long.
Yes, he's got to run for, he's got to be Speaker of the House. You have to be Speaker of the House.
And I wanted to just say something about this gentleman. Just in this place we're at Trump International in New Jersey, and it's a wonderful, wonderful place, great golf course. I'm
rich, thick steaks, big chocolate cake. It does. We are next to a chemical plant, so
from the other coast, Palos Verdes, and you have a wonderful golf course there, which I visit.
Right, I do. Do we sell that yet? That's German bank.
And they tell a story. You went into the place and
by the way, they cut this story down.
You check on a place, and whenever you come to anywhere, everybody says, he knows everyone who works in every one of his facilities.
Nonsense.
I know you have places all over the country. You went into the place and said, is Sally so-and-so working here?
Yeah, the is the chick with the, huh?
Today?
Yeah, I'll notice it was a name like Sally. It wasn't one of those really hard to say names, if you get what I'm, all right.
You went in and said, oh, yeah, have her come see me, and you went to one of the offices.
I don't remember any of this. Is this a Me Too thing?
And she came in and you said, I hear you're having a little bit of a difficulty. And she said, well, I have some cancer issue.
I have some cancer, actually. Would you like some? I keep it in a small tin.
And
uh-oh. Oh, dear.
See, I'm getting emotional. See, this is from you keep saying the champ. You can't watch the champ without crying. Well, I can't go.
Oh, my God.
Through this story without crying. And you said, I'll take care, let me take care of the whatever it's going to cost. I want to take care of you. You're valuable to me.
Please now, if this is anything but absolute batshit lunacy, in a normal world, you would cut to the other person and they would go, yeah, Sally had been with us for 10 years or something. And look, I'm glad to be in a position to do this, but she's a real fighter. She's the kind of person that, my kids know her very well. And we have we're an organization. We have health insurance for a lot of people, but she had come to us late and didn't have that. Like, you tell the story like you fucking know it. What do you think the chances are going to be that, all right, we'll just see. We'll just see.
Whatever that is. I mean, that's who you are.
No, it isn't.
That's who I know you to be. And people, when they work for you, all these...
I don't recognize any of this story, honestly.
People here that I've met and the people I've met at the various facilities and down...
Well, yeah, John, you're not going to meet the people who are pissed at him. You're going to only meet the ass kissers because you're there to interview him. You understand? Like, I like it, like the minute John Voight's like, I like to break away from, the handlers and the other people and just go downstairs and just kind of shake hands and see if security jumps me.
Down in Mar-a-Lago, they always have a smile on their face.
Yeah, it's part of their job, dummy.
And they're always very clever people, really.
Yes. They're like, wait a minute. Weren't you in Midnight Cowboy?
Good folks who do.
That Anna de Rothschild chick, but she didn't work, but I saw her.
Job well. And I also just have a personal thing to thank you for. My father's a golf professional. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that you have a great golf game.
We are almost to the end of this. We are 18 minutes into a 21 and 30 second. This is fucking lunacy.
And you have a great appreciation for the game.
You're at his golf course.
And
And is it because it's not really physically demanding? I mean, I'm sure the pros work very hard, but like it's just like a, you know, like a rich asshole leisure sport for most of the people that play it. Or
one of the things that you did, you've taken these different areas across the country
that could have been for housing or parks or you know, just stuff that the general public can afford to do, and you made it
that we're going to seed a little bit, and you looked at them and you said, we can do something with this place, and you turned it into something that was a blessing for that area.
Yes, like the Lord did with Israel. See what I did there?
And for all the people that work there.
Yes, and of course the Israelis and the Palestinians.
You did this in New Jersey, you did it here, you did...
John, you're losing me, okay? This chair is not that comfortable. We're in a room with no furniture, buddy. Wrap it up.
You know, and you did it with Doral. And from my understanding of golf, you see.
Yes. It's basically, if you think about it, it's the Israel of golf.
Doral was a course that was up here.
Yeah, of golf courses. It's in the top 35 of American golf courses.
One of the great courses. It was no longer in the picture for the big tournaments because it would have to be adjusted to the longer game, the different the ball speed and all of this.
Yeah, it's an old course, mostly meant for rich assholes engaged in a leisure activity to get away from listening devices and discuss white collar crime. It's the old fashioned style of golf.
The stuff that it had to be.
Motherfucker, this asshole is not going to ask a question. I mean, they had to call it Trump sits down with John Voight because it wasn't John Voight sits down with Donald Trump. It sure as fuck wasn't. Trump sat down and then this just launched onto him.
You know.
Yeah, I know.
Approached and changed. You took that on and you made it into a great golf course.
Yeah, not one of the best, obviously, because you can't use it for tournaments anymore because it's kind of a bit, you know, but like.
And I think it's one of the most charismatic golf courses.
Yeah, I like the cut of its jib. I'm not ashamed to say that I let Doral pick me up in a bar one night, and I said yes. I said yes to things that I've never said yes to before. And I think it was just, maybe it was the music playing, maybe it was the wine. But Doral grabbed me by the shirt collar and fucked my shoes on backwards. And I...
in the country now, Doral, because of you. So I have...
What did I say?
I have that to thank you for. Anyway, so I...
This is so good. Anyway. It's just brutal. John Voight has almost succeeded in making me feel sorry for Trump. But that's literally a moral impossibility. Anyways, we're almost at the end of the interview. I had a question. Credits.
I'm just very grateful for your presence in so many areas.
Yes, and since you won't let me manually tickle your taint with my uvula.
But
first of all, I think it's so nice.
First of all, can we wrap this shit up? I think it's very nice what you said. You've said a lot of nice things. You said a lot of things I don't understand. Mostly, I was just letting the words wash over me.
The way you expressed that, and even the slight little tears that come. You're just a fantastic person.
Yeah, he almost said great actor. Even the little tears. I mean, I was hoping for Oscar-level tears about the whole... What was that woman's name again? Sally, sir. Sally, right. This Sally, some system, Fringenson.
And I really want people to come together.
Mm-hmm. Right now, over me.
I want the
I want you and I to come together. I think there's a scene in Midnight Cowboy, and I don't know if you remember it, but
United States.
it was actually cut out of the final project. If you'd indulge me for a second, Carl, bring the baby oil. This is
To be.
and I'm gonna need a 9-iron. And can someone staple the picture of Trump humping the flag to the ceiling, just for me? It's a line of sight character thing. Anyways, where was I?
One in their understanding of the greatness of this country and wanting its future to be magnificent for the new generations to come.
Yes, make America magnificent again, Mama.
And that means the world will go toward peace. So I say to the folks.
Yes. Hi, John Voight. Hi, thanks for involving us. We have been more involved in this conversation than Trump has.
I say, let's stay
Let's get this party started.
in hope. Let's appreciate our country, and let's appreciate those.
Donald Trump, who is so gracious to sit here and listen to me fucking windbag for an hour to the point where they got nothing cuttable out of this.
Those who are capable of turning the tide and bringing us back to the greatness that we were given by our founding fathers. So,
Well, I want to thank you, and
Thank you for ending this. I want to be honest to God. If I wasn't wearing a diaper, I'd have walked out.
we love the country. The country's in trouble.
Can I do can I just do a little of my rally speech thing that I do? It's just like I don't do each bit, but I just do like the punchlines. Country's in trouble, we're in trouble, we got to fix it. Like people have never I say like people have never seen before.
It's got to be solved fairly quickly.
Yes, before this interview takes my life by using up what little time. No one knows how much time they have left, but you've taken an inordinate amount of what time I have left.
yes.
Yes. It must be immediately. I'm here with you. I brought a canister full of fertilizer, and I've been collecting my urine. I think if you just read my manifesto and join my plot, we could, if we leave right now, I have a crew with us. We could film the whole thing. It'd be a road trip to Washington, D.C., and you could be president by Wednesday.
There is no choice but to solve the problem, but it's
It's true. Yes, I know. The problem of Israel and Palestine.
a big problem.
It is a big problem. Israel and Palestine have been
It's a big problem.
Is it a big problem though?
And I hope it continues forward, and
You hope I'm sorry. Congratulations, Trump. You, after sitting through fucking 20 minutes of John Voight blather, you have out-dumbfucked him in the last final seconds. It was like a shot across the court that the judges just ruled was worth 70 points.
it's a big problem. And I hope it continues forward. And
All right. Yeah. If that was an edit, the editors are fucking with him, and God bless them for the good work that they do. If it wasn't an edit, I would have someone immediately check his blood alcohol level.
we love Israel, and we hope everything's going to be okay.
Sure.
Yeah, over there, it's nutty.
A lot of good moves have to be made, or it's not going to be okay. And
Yeah, we got to get those moves going. Like this kind of a move, or
we say God bless you and good luck. John, thank you very much.
John, get the fuck out of my empty room with 2 chairs.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for this time, Mr. President. I hope it's worthy of you.
Oh no, this is excellent.
Oh no, this is great. It's been great. I mean, one of the easiest interviews I've had. Nobody brought up Stormy Daniels. No, this has been awesome.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, John.
John has a new career.
John is the greatest. I didn't have to do too much talking.
No, because John did too much talking.
He's the greatest.
No, you were great.
Watch your head, John.
Watch your head, John. It's empty and has a tendency to float.
Did you guys want to stay for dinner? Did you want to just have great food?
Get them some food. I'm not eating with them.
Can we get a table set up for you? You want to Are they set? Upstairs.
I'll get them set.
Will you take care of that?
That's, by the way, that's how he ended it. Jesus Christ. That's how it ended, and they played that extra footage because it shows the human side and what it sounds like when he talks, I guess, because can we set them up, because he's like, he was in a movie, and if I walk around with him, people will go, oh my God, Angelina Jolie. I used to have a poster of her that man. God damn, that was wonderfully boring. Speaking of wonderfully boring, now we're already at 4:17, and I'm obviously not going to do all of this at once because it's got to take. We're gonna have to salami slice some of this shit. But this is the Trump Ohio rally. We now know, of course, from photos taken after the fact that basically past the line right here, past this line where the cameras are, total drop off in attendance. And they loaded the people in behind him from everywhere else, and a lot of them didn't show up with the candidates except for when he was there because they're lunatics. Okay, Biden wants to be raised. Well, okay, I don't care. This is one of the things, and there's going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Start your engines. And a proud.
in Wyoming history.
What?
And with that, I ask you to please welcome the 45th President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump.
Proud to be a Stoogie Doo. I'm going to go out there and throw some hats. Hello. Yeah, jack off right on my chin. There you go. Give it. Thank you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Here's a hat for you. This is something. Yeah, we ripped this off from Midwestern cover bands. I was gonna do a T-shirt cannon, but the Secret Service won't let me. Anybody want a hat? You want a hat? You take that hat, you. Okay, and how about a hat for you? I thought this was outdoors, so I'm gonna. Here you go. And give me a couple. Hey, you got 2 more hats. Lumber. There you go. As a hat. Oh, you've already got one. They've already got lots of. I saw you at the last one. Hey, I recognize all of you. How is that? I haven't been to Ohio. Is this? Wait a minute. Oh, that's the Wyoming one. Shit. I'm gonna back up. Sorry. This is the linkage. Hold on. It's the same opening, so it's easy. Let me back up. I will grab this. Where is he? Okay, I'll grab it here. Got it. This was the cut down version, so that's my fault. Hold on, bringing it up. I've got to fast forward through this shit though. Here we go. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. Because he's late. I forgot. There he is. Hold on. Back up. And here we go. So, hello everyone. Hi, what are we doing? And anyways, it's so terrible what these people have done to our country. And it's okay. So here he comes. Same shit. Yeah, that's loud shit. In every American heart, and it's time. gladly say, but do hello. It's empty. Squirt, squirt. Hey, I'm already at the end. Clap, clap. And by the way, everyone's holding up those Save America signs, if you'll notice. That's his super PAC. Notice none of the stuff except they pass out signs for the candidates that they use during part of it. But this is a fundraiser for him. All right, there we go. Oh God. They always put it on. I have to wait for the second verse. Otherwise, Greenwood gets all mad and he puts me in a headlock. This is so bad. Okay, here we go. Clap, clap. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I gotta stand here like Hitler at a hoedown. Okay. Thank you. If I don't stand here for a little while, I've been sitting for a while and my bowels get compacted. Hi, hello, how are you? And okay, here we go. He's just standing there like a dipshit. How is this like? Hi, okay. Still song playing. Like he's just like a beauty pageant who forgot her lines and her looks. I'm kidding. Come on. Okay, it's the song's ending, so I'll come up. Thank you. Whoa, it's so good. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to be reading a lot during this next one, and we put all the kooky shit in the actual speech.
We love Ohio. Thank you.
By the way, they have a recording that they play to boost the sound of people yelling it, just so you know, through the speakers. Just in case it gets them going. I'm not kidding. I think also, we'll see later, it might be in the next video that we do about this, but the music at the beginning of the end of his speech, the beginning of the music, I think they put in thunder sound effects on the last one. I want to see if they do it again. What's happening? Who's your favorite Hitler?
Well, thank you very much, and a very special hello to Youngstown, Ohio.
He's already over it. Again, this turns into a fucking gripe fest.
And I'm thrilled to be back.
Yeah, we can tell. I'm thrilled to be back. Does he have to lurch every time he lies to large groups of people?
In the great state of Ohio, where today you have a football game going on, and it didn't affect this crowd.
Yeah, it did.
We have a great team.
Yeah, you guys don't give a shit about. Well, I will say the vast majority of the people that are there aren't from Ohio.
I don't know if you know it or not, I'm the one that got Ohio State football for that season 2 years ago with the commissioner. We got it open.
I don't know if you know this, but my buddy Jim Jordan has been my spokesperson with Ohio State sports in general, you know?
And that opened.
He started this thing called Don't Ask, Don't Allow to Tell. And it's
opened up everything. But
it's opened up everything. That's what it was. So him arguing the Ohio State game should go ahead during the pandemic is what opened up the rest of the fucking country.
I'm proud to be with hardworking American patriots.
Hardworking.
There's no people like you. No people.
There's no one like you. There's no people like you. There's no people past the cameras all the way back in the stadium. I'm glad they brought him forward. It's good.
So it's Saturday night in Ohio.
Is there anything better than the Trump rally?
Should I do the 2-hour version of this speech or the 1-hour version?
Yeah, these people don't have anywhere to go.
Well, we're going to enjoy ourselves. There's a lot of bad news from our country, but there's also a lot of hope.
That's great. Well, we'll get a first hour bad news, second hour hope. Is that what we're doing? Or first hour hope, second hour bad news? I mean,
And
What
that's
kind of horror movie is this?
what we need. We need hope. We need competence, because we certainly have not been getting it for 2 years. You know that. Less than 2 months from now, the people of Ohio are going to vote to fire the radical left Democrats. You're going to send J.D. Vance to the U.S. Senate.
The man who said Trump could be our Hitler of the Republican Party. America's Hitler, but at one point, but I think it was really about like, and he meant it in a bad way, just to clarify, in theory. I mean, he's backing him, you know, he needs his endorsement now, but. Blacks for Trump dude is there. He's got his Vance shirt on right now. He ends up taking it off, I think, at some point, or they made him put it on because he had it on. He had the other one on earlier.
You're going to elect an incredible slate of true American First Republicans up.
American First? Okay. Well, I'm glad they're Americans first before they run for office. I mean, it would be a little tough to study for the citizenship test and run for office at the same time.
And down the ballot, and together we are going to end crazy Nancy Pelosi's political career once and for all.
Yes, we're going to put her out to pasture right as she's finding her stride at 80 years old.
Under Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, and the...
Yes, that's the guy who wears the gods2.com shirt. That's right, Slayer Chat.
Ultra-left Democrat Congress, our country is being ripped apart, and the American dream is being torn to shreds.
Terrible. Like notes that Trump had in his in Air Force One and flushed.
Sad, what's
It's sad, it's so sad.
happening?
It's sad, it's sad, sad.
The stock market just had one of the worst 7-day periods in history, and it actually had the 7th worst day. Think of it, 7th worst day in the history of our country.
The 7th worst day in the history of our. I'm gonna go with when the day God rested, because I mean basically we're in that day now, and he's just obviously not paying attention.
It's been one of the worst years for stocks in history. How are your 401ks doing? Not too good.
Not too good. Yes. That's 401k, 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 401k. These are all 401k folks.
People are getting wiped out. It wouldn't have happened. There was no reason for it. Inflation just...
There's no reason for it except obviously I didn't get Mexico to pay for the wall, and you guys were pissed. And of course, the whole pussy grabbing thing, you were willing to look past it for a little while.
Reach another historic high. Congratulations. Surging food, energy, and electricity.
Surging food. Yeah, that's the problem. It's frightening. If you've eaten out lately, the food just jumps right in your face.
Electricity prices are busting family budgets, crushing small businesses, and causing shortages.
Not shortages.
Congratulations. Surging food, energy, and electricity prices are busting family budgets, crushing small businesses,
Terrible.
and causing shortages.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I can't argue with that. Because once you start surging, you got surging food and you're starting shortages. I'm just worried about surging sausages. It could happen.
Suffering, mayhem, and despair.
Mayhem and despair. Can you do both of those things at the same time? I would think, do you cry in the middle of mayhem? Or do you, while it's going on, you're just too caught up in the mayhem to get really... It's more of like it's more like an anger and fear thing.
Yet Biden and the Democrat Congress keep spending us further and further into oblivion, pouring fuel on the inflation fire.
Well, I mean, that's probably why, if you're, because the fuel's expensive. So, I mean, the price has gone down for the last, 17 weeks.
And incinerating trillions of dollars of middle-class wealth. They're doing it at a level that nobody ever thought
possible. Nobody's ever seen anything like it before.
Possible. And Mitch McConnell ought to get on the ball and stop it in the Senate.
Yeah, if he could just do the thing where he can't actually do anything. By the way, I still have some popcorn here for when he goes after rhinos. I have no problem with him picking a fight with Mitch McConnell.
He's like a Democrat.
Yeah, totally. That's what I've thought. He's like basically a Democrat. Like, think about the radical poles of politics right now, and the people who are like, Joe Manchin's basically a Republican because you have to negotiate with him to get on board because he's more conservative because of the state he's in. Meanwhile, this asshole is calling Mitch McConnell basically a Democrat.
The economy is crashing. Your 401ks are collapsing. Murder.
Not too good.
Shootings, stabbings.
Wait, someone shot my 401k?
Rapes.
Oh, good Lord. Easy. You can't just you can't say rape like you're like Tony the Tiger.
Card
Rape. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Are skyrocketing.
Boo for carjackings.
Thirsty criminals are laying waste to Democrat-run cities.
Well, then why are you complaining? If it's just the Democratic-run cities.
The southern border has been completely erased. We no longer have a border.
I blame the wall.
Think of it, 2 years ago
we had before the wall was built. I mean, it was for whatever reason. I don't know what it was.
The strongest border in the history of our country. We no longer have a border.
Nope, not at all. Nope, we just
our country
just waving people in. We don't care anymore. I mean, I think it might be the border states are all run by Republicans, and so, you know, maybe we just shouldn't trust them to take care of the border anymore with the funds we send.
Is being invaded. It's an invasion.
But are they invading them?
By millions of illegal aliens from all over the planet.
Which planet? This planet, right? I just want to be sure because I don't want to you know, it's just scary. I don't want a bunch of grays, you know, because you see a bunch of these big almond-eyed gray things with the wispy fingers and their mind control rays, and there goes the neighborhood, right? I don't want to be NIMBY about our section of the galaxy, but what do we really know about these aliens?
Wing sickos are pumping toxic.
I feel seen.
Anti-American propaganda.
Oh, that's not me. That's so left, they're right wingers. Yeah.
Into the minds of our beautiful youth. They're destroying our youth.
Oh, no. You destroyed your youth, dummy.
The choice this November is simple. If you want
in deference to everyone here
to continue this national catastrophe, vote for the radical left Democrats. Do it. Go ahead.
Go ahead. See how that works out for you. Ohio. You know, like Tim Ryan, that wacko who's, well.
You won't have a country left.
Haven't you been listening? This guy's you've been touring all around the country. Don't you listen to your own speeches? The country was destroyed 14 months ago.
If you want to stop the destruction of America and really reinvigorate that good old-fashioned American dream, you must vote Republican. Have to do it.
Gotta do it. I mean, you don't want to, and it goes against every moral or ethical bone in your body, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Hey, and by the way, I'm gonna need something. Hold on one second. I've got to grab some. If I can, just I don't know, step on your cord. It can be a painful process. I just know I'm gonna need something real quick. All right, here we go.
For many years, a vile group of corrupt, power-hungry globalists, socialists, and liberal extremists.
Sorry, what kind of globalist? What's?
For many years, a vile group of corrupt, power-hungry globalists, socialists, and liberal extremists in Washington has been waging war on the hard-working people of Ohio.
And hold on. Yeah, I might want to. I know this is kind of a dick move to do this early to him, but just saying. How'd that carrier thing work out?
They sold off your factories, shut down your coal mines.
Oh, did they? Did they? They? Republicans weren't part of offshoring or tax breaks for people to relocate factories? No? Oh, it's just Democrats. Okay.
Up your steel mill, shipped away your jobs.
Yeah, in envelopes. They made you just vomit your job into an envelope and mailed it away.
Sacrifice your energy industry, threw open your borders and trampled.
Yeah, that's why these assholes from Indiana are all over the place.
On your values. And a poll just came out. Did you see it?
Yes, your favorability rating just took a shit.
I'm 18 points up on Biden. Who the hell wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be?
That's true. I mean, technically speaking, I mean, people don't blame me for inflation. I'm 18 points up on Biden too. So, and I don't even have to throw rallies. So, it's tough out there for a pimp.
Who wouldn't be?
Matt Gaetz.
We won
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Ohio twice, and now we're way up higher. We won it in 2 landslides, and now we have to give JD a landslide because he's great.
A landslide turned it down.
Have to give him a landslide.
Give him a landslide, which is not to be confused with a rusty trombone. That's Lindsey Graham's specialty. And
what a state.
What a state.
But you know,
you know what I mean? You guys, I'm just saying personally, as a state, you guys are easily in the top 50.
Coming in, I noticed some of the factories, the old buildings, and I said, you know, 50 years ago, that was...
If only I had been president once, I could have done something about it.
Something that was incredible. Now you look at them and they're not looking too good.
Not too good.
They're not looking too good.
They're not looking too good. That's his phrase for this thing. Too good. Again, asshole, you were president for 4 fucking years. Art of the deal. Best people. Stupid deals made by other people. We're going to bring it all back. What the fuck? This is like the drain the swamp shit. You had a shot, fucker.
But we brought it back, and we brought it back strong, and now they're letting it go back to China and these other places.
No, they're not.
But everything changed 6 years ago.
Look at that guy. It's like, no! I'm not from Ohio, but it's shit.
When you finally got a president who put Ohio first and put America first. We put America first.
Yeah, it was like America, then Ohio. It was like alphabetical order. America, Alaska, America.
From the moment I left my very luxurious and enjoyable life, I
had such a good life before I had to fuck around with you people.
Such a nice life. Oh, yeah. Now they want to say, let's go get this guy.
No. They were always going to do that. It was just a matter of, like, at that time, it wasn't crucial because you were only fucking up your own life and maybe a little bit of, New York real estate.
They've been trying for 6 years. They haven't made it. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let it happen.
Yeah, he doesn't look convinced.
But I left a life of luxury, an enjoyable life. I mean, it was incredible. And I left it behind.
Yes, everything's in probate. I had to sell my hotel.
Stepped into the political arena. Thanks a lot.
Hey, asshole, don't blame them.
The radical left Democrats have been fighting tooth and nail to stop me because they know I will never be loyal to them because I will only be loyal to you and to our country.
Wow, people like that. Look at these. Look at everybody who's over here. Look. They told me point right after that. There's a little thing that says point. Trump rally limited offer protect your retirement from Biden inflation. Text Trump to this, like, for gold IRA. There's no way he doesn't get a fucking cut or something.
Instead of focusing on solving problems for
like infrastructure and getting us out of Afghanistan and getting everyone vaccinated and passing the CHIPS Act and
our country,
cutting the budget, the deficit in half.
the Washington swamp, which I've gotten to know very well. Oh, do we know it?
Oh, we know the swamp so well. I got in there, I ran on getting rid of it, and then I was like, this swamp is fucking sweet. This is a sweet swamp. As swamps go, fucking sweet.
We know.
Oh, we guys have it.
The good ones now and the bad ones. When I first went there.
Wait, there's a good swamp? Well, I mean, he's in Florida, so yeah. Is that the bad one?
I've only been to Washington 17 times at that time.
Only.
And do I know?
That's because well, it's because you're kind of unwelcome everywhere.
Know it now. I know the good ones and the bad ones, but
he barely went to the Upper West Side 17 times.
The Washington swamp has put us through one monstrous witch hunt after another.
It's so true. Russia.
Russia.
Impeachment hoax number 1. Impeachment hoax number 2. The perfect
Mueller
phone call.
scam. Impeachment hoax number 1.
Whoops. Shit. Sorry. My bad. That was my fault. What happened? Did I jump here? Sorry. Get back in here, you rat. What is this? All right, sorry. It reset it. Sorry, that was my bad.
And that's just on grocery.
There you go. Sorry.
Been 78 years.
Comes today and
That means a fast trial, not one of these trials that take. But it was we set up a.
Sorry.
For the Republican Party this November. We have to do it. We have to swamp them because they cheat like hell. Among our highest priorities must be to end the nightmare Joe Biden and congressional Democrats have done, deliberately creating. They cheat like hell. Among our highest priorities must.
Well, if they cheat like hell, why would you even vote? You can't fix it that way, right?
Be
oh, is this the other one? Hold on. Nope, this is right.
To end the nightmare Joe Biden and congressional Democrats have done, deliberately creating.
Wait, do we go? It is no, we're saying
chaos. On
what? Chaos?
An open border. I thought they were. I don't know. Can that be good politics when you look and you see?
You can't. They run on guns. They don't like God. They don't like guns. They don't like oil. I mean, this is the talking point I use in Texas. For the poll that I lost there that scared the shit out of everyone, and we had to get the Republicans down there to salvage my campaign.
Millions of people just walking into our country. You know, somebody said they do it for First of all, I'm doing so well with the Hispanic vote. I think most of those people are going to vote for me and a lot of Republicans.
Nope.
Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, good. Well, here, tell you what. Just trust that and get Republicans to vote for Puerto Rican statehood. There's no guarantee they're going to vote Democratic. Now, all Democrats will vote for it, and some Republicans might want to if they have cover, so let them do it. And then people will go, you know what? I'm Catholic and I lean pro-life, so maybe I'll vote Republican. And stuff. It's not a fait accompli. Go for it.
They let in millions and millions of people, and they vote for Trump. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Excuse me?
Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be nice? They let in millions and millions of people, and they vote for Trump. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But, you know, it's very interesting.
It's almost as if, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, if I may, and say that it's almost like he's telling the story of how they used the votes of undocumented people to, like secured votes for them so that they could fill out ballots and cheat in border states on his behalf. It's weird.
They're not coming from the 3 countries I named in Mexico and various parts. They're coming last month.
142 countries. 144? 141. How many?
Last month came from 132.
Oh, it's going down. It started at 144. It went to 142 at one point, and then 141. Now we're at 136. What is it?
Different countries.
How many?
All over the world. All over the world. Just a few days ago, last month came from 132.
Look at that. Let's go, Brandon. Way to go, Dark Brandon. He's cut 10 whole countries. I hope they're the awful ones.
Different countries. All over the world.
All over the world. I can't not.
All over the world.
All around the world, same song. All around the world. I came to the party to get naughty, get my rocks on, eat popcorn. Sorry.
Just a few days ago, an illegal alien with 3 prior deportations and an outstanding warrant.
8 retirees at a popsicle stand in Wyoming while screaming Allah Akbar in Spanish.
For attempted rape. Months, think of that. Walking trail. Nice walk. Let's have a walk. Nice walking trail. What he did to those women, you don't want to know about.
Jesus Christ.
Had a man that worked at a little retail store. Also last month, an illegal alien in Alabama. We love Alabama.
Yeah, but not when this happens in Alabama.
I love Alabama.
I love Alabama. I mean, don't go there. But I love Alabama. You know what I love? I love there's a when you go deep fried sticks of butter wrapped in Snickers bars and inserted rectally.
Kidnapped a 12-year-old girl, sedated her, tied her to the bedpost, and assaulted her.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so he's going to act like undocumented immigrants have committed these acts for the first time ever and cherry pick this shit. It's like
America.
This is your America. This is great. It's the same story we've heard before.
And if we are going to make America great again, our first task is to make America
safe again.
Safe again.
Yeah, that's why Biden's new bill calls for 100,000 new cops and yeah.
Right here in Ohio.
Where, honestly, I'm just scared to stand because you guys are murder people.
Our once great cities are now scenes of horror.
Horror. You used to be able to go to WKRP in Cincinnati, listen to Johnny Fever, and now you can't go anywhere sad. And Columbus, there used to be a packed college town with kids going to bars, listening to music. Now it's a packed college town with kids going to bars, listening to music. It's terrible. Cleveland always has had trouble, mostly with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're letting in R&B artists. I don't know what's happening.
Riddled with bullet holes and soaked in blood, you know.
Jesus Christ. Tie-dyed in blood. And, just basically cannonballs laying around in the streets. You can't even, you ever try to sneak up on somebody in Cincinnati? All the shell casings, they jingle and you can't even, have you ever tried to throw a surprise party?
Know that.
You know that. They're soaked in blood. By the way, I was right. This is the first hour. This is the hope part.
Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Akron, and Toledo are all ranked among the deadliest cities in the nation.
Yes, of the biggest cities, they're amongst the biggest. And in those rankings, they do a ranking that tells you what their ranking is.
And they all are Democrat-run. In fact, of the 25 cities and deadliest places, but cities, I believe all are Democrat-run.
Almost all of them. They're also the richest cities. The cities that pay the most in taxes. The cities that have the most, they have the most coffee shops as well. There are more theater programs in those states as well. You'll be surprised to know that there's a whole lot of fucking everything in the biggest cities.
Cities. Congratulations, Democrats. What a rotten job you're doing. You're destroying our country. 11 people were shot on Labor Day. Think of this. 11 people. Is this even believable?
I know, you would think, I hope these weren't hitmen, because they should be taking the day off. You know what I mean? Like, that's why hitmen need a union. I never thought I'd be on Dan Aykroyd's side in Grosse Pointe Blank, but I've changed my mind.
In Cleveland, 11 people were shot in a single incident.
In a single incident, one bullet ricocheted through a mall.
Carjackings in the city are up 57%.
Oh, yeah? How many are those together? So there were 6, and there have been 9.
Much of the crime wave is caused by drug dealers who,
well, of course, who need a ride.
During the course of their lives,
we'll kill 500 people. We need speedy trials to kill them, because you got to have death penalty. I'm calling for the death penalty.
Will kill
500 people.
An average of 500 American citizens, not to mention the destruction.
Do you have to wait till they meet quota to throw them in jail, or
of millions of American families who are so.
How many drug dealers do they think they are in the country relative to the number of people who die of overdoses, for example? I guess maybe they're counting anybody who gets shot too. So that's fellow drug dealers. Now, if you shoot a fellow drug dealer in a deal, does that go on yours, or is it sort of suicide by occupation on his part? I just want to know, because I'm trying to create a fantasy football spread. By the way, again, and you're watching HAL Sparks Mega Worldwide. These are all serious topics, but I will not take the conversation seriously when it comes from this jackass. So don't confuse my joking about what he's saying with my joking about the real life things.
So devastated by.
So terrible. Oh my God. They shoot each other with fentanyl bullets. Bullets full of fentanyl. And it's terrible, because you get shot and you feel so good, and then you die anyways.
Drugs. It's an invasion of crime.
An invasion of crime from space. Space alien crime.
And remember, much of the crime that we talk about is caused by drugs. And I'm calling for people to, and say, this is something I came up with, just say no. So calling for the death penalty for drug dealers and human traffickers.
Are we talking about weed, or are we talking like cartel guys? Speedy trials, mostly just eyewitnesses. Anybody who's survived the actual deal that went down.
Which will, upon its passage,
will never pass.
Reduce drug distribution and crime in our country by much more than 75%. That's
much more than 70%. If you don't count the trials themselves, a miscarriage of justice and therefore a crime, especially if you do it on purpose, and their deaths as murders.
It's in one day. You know, our great First Lady, we set up a council.
Oh, this is where he shits on her blue ribbon panel. So she did this to try and deal with drugs a little bit, and he thought it was useless, still does. Thinks the only answer is to execute drug dealers.
It was a blue ribbon committee, wonderful blue ribbon, with a lot of socialites.
A lot of blue ribbon.
Some people that, they're nice people, okay? They don't know about the cartels. They don't want to know about them either.
They don't? They're not interested? They're trying to stop drugs, but they just don't want to hear about it? Which blue ribbon committee was this? The blah, la, 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 la committee? But maybe, I don't know if, maybe it's who's on it. Maybe it's, I don't want to lay this at Melania's feet, but the spike in fentanyl deaths, all right, it's not her fault.
But we set it up, and we brought down numbers on drugs by 18%, but 18% is...
It's nothing.
Not the kind of number. Just a quick story. I was in China, and...
Oh, God, we're going into... Do you have a drug problem? No, why would you say that? First of all, it's considered insulting to ask Xi Jinping those kind of questions. So he's not insulted because it's an absurd claim or an absurd question even. He's insulted because you're making him look bad at this meeting. How dare you?
Until COVID came along, I had a very good relationship.
And since then, it's been fucking gangbusters.
With President Xi of China. There's nobody in a movie that can imitate him. You could go to Hollywood.
Nobody in a movie that could imitate him. Well, we don't have a lot of old Chinese stars working in the country, I will say. And a lot of the ones we do have working are quite handsome. So, I mean, they could do a sort of prosthetics mixed with CGI.
Hollywood, I said it the other day. You could look all over at our actors. There's nobody in Hollywood that can imitate him.
I'm waiting for him to go, the great Mickey Rooney could have possibly.
President Xi, I got along great with him.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Totally great.
And in one of my meetings early on, I said, President, do you have a drug problem?
President, do you have a drug problem? And he said, yes, sir. No, sir. 3 days long, sir.
Problem in China. And he looked at me like, what's this guy, crazy?
Yeah, but that's a look you get a lot, so that shouldn't have been surprising.
Does this guy not know life?
Does he not know life?
He looked at me.
Fuck me. You gotta have at least a couple of people going, Is this how adults talk? Does this?
And he said, no,
me no drug problem in China.
Why would we have a drug problem?
Suddenly he's Sato from The Karate Kid 2. Miyagi, I challenge you to fight.
He said, well, you have 1.5 billion people.
1.3, maybe lower.
You have no drug problem? His problem is that they make drugs for us, and I told him you got to stop it, by the way.
He didn't.
Fentanyl.
He didn't.
I said, President, what do you mean you don't have a drug problem? You know, somewhat naively. I said, what did now they'll say? Trump said naively to the president. Now, you understand.
Yeah, no, we didn't. We know you didn't say the word naively to him. We knew you were referencing that you're a dumbass, not that you were saying I'm a dumbass out loud to. Okay.
They understand too, but they're very dishonest people. So he looked at me, possibly saying, "Is he a naive person?" Then I threw about $400 billion worth of tariffs on him. So, but he said, no.
Where was I?
No, we have no drug problem. I said, what do you attribute that to? He goes, quick trial. I said, what's a quick trial? That means if somebody is a drug dealer, if somebody is caught distributing drugs and killing people in China, destroying the families of China, destroying our country, we have a quick trial. And he said it very strong. Quick trial means a fast trial, not one of the...
I see. I oftentimes certain words baffle me. And quick, I thought you were saying that they used a chocolate or occasionally strawberry powder as the legal represent, like you define, like tea leaves, but with strawberry quick. I was very confused.
One of these trials, it takes 35 years.
No. That's just for the Jan 6ers. We're dragging them out.
With all of our wonderful liberal lawyers fighting like hell. Quick trial. And he's...
Yeah, the horribleness of the American like legal system. You know what? Why the fuck is he filing anything in court around his case? Why doesn't he just want a quick trial? Why don't you just want a quick trial? Right? Seriously. If it's great from one angle, why is it not great from the other?
Said, we find out that they did it, and if they did it, they get immediately executed.
And what happens if you find out that they didn't do it after that? What if somebody lied, or a mistake was made, or you found out that somebody set them up, or that it really, they were just swept up in something, or they were just like a user, and they woke up someplace and somebody else blamed it on them, and that person was a witness against them and got them killed. Do you have the death penalty for murder too? If that person, and does everybody who was culpable in that, or is that all right?
We have no drug problem, and
We do have a shortage. We do have a collapsing demographic, though.
They save millions and millions of lives. Same with Singapore, same with other countries. Every place that has a real death penalty is strict.
All the places where there is no fucking way he or any of his children would live. Just for the record. Not only is Don Jr. not moving to those countries, he's not even fucking going there. Just to be clear.
They don't have any people dying of drugs. I mean, literally nobody.
Literally bullshit. Of course they do.
Because these drug dealers are smart. They say, and she told me this, they say, you know what? If I want to keep doing drugs, if I'm going to continue to sell them, I'm not doing them in China. I'll go someplace else.
Yeah, I'm not going to sell to 1.3 billion people who obviously there would be a ginormous underground market for it. I'm just going to leave. You know, I might get killed. And I, you know, the thing about the drug trade is one thing, but safety first.
Like, how about the...
Oh, Marcia, thank you so much. Check. Oh, Pam, thank you so much for making you laugh. I appreciate that. And Marcia, oh my gosh, Marcia, thank you so much for that, for the birthday gift. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And by the way, I'm kind of caught up in this, so I apologize if I haven't said any of the super chats. So thank you, Marcia. I just saw that one coming up. Travis, thank you so much as well. Saying Ohioans vote Tim Ryan. Eggs Fight No More, thanks for the bits. Edward, thanks for subscribing. Black Karma, thank you so much for the super chat. That's lovely. The Beatnik, thank you so much. Francie, Joe, you guys, Benny Loco reminding everybody to give a thumbs up right now while you're at it. And then to our patrons, patreon.com/HalSparks. Since it's my birthday month, it's a good month to try the annual Patreon thing where you can just kind of sign up for any level. And they actually give you a break on it. They give you oh, Marcia, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Hold on. And then somebody else, hold on. And Pam, appreciate it. Did the other one come through? So my wrist buzzed again. So, okay, there we go. Thank you guys so much. All right, here we go. And by the way, I'm going to do like 10 more minutes if that's okay. And then we'll do the rest of it tomorrow.
United States of America, when nothing happens.
God damn, this MAGA stuff. Ease up, buddy. I mean, I can't take this much patriotism right out of the gate.
But think of it. We would reduce crime in our country by much more than 75%.
If you don't consider killing a good number of innocent people while believing they're drug dealers a crime.
In 1 hour. In 1 hour.
We could just murder a bunch of people.
The day it's passed, it's got to be meaningful.
It's got to be, yeah, you got to start, like, you got to put them up against the wall, firing squads. I mean, you got to have some Judge Dredd's rolling around.
You would reduce it in 1 hour. And I say it because it's very hard. Nobody ever talks this way. Nobody talks.
Yeah, because it's fucking lunacy.
About the death penalty. It's a horrible thing to say. Even for me, it's a horrible thing. But,
I mean, yes, it's irreversible. And yes, as one of the richest countries in the world, but people complain about the number of people we have in jail. So you bring that number down too. If we'd have just started killing some of these motherfuckers, they wouldn't live so long and raise our incarceration rates.
They kill 500 people.
No, they don't. You're averaging it out. And again, if somebody is in college and they're dealing weed or they're selling ecstasy or something like that, they haven't killed fucking 500 people. They're not like a walking genocide, you prick.
So the death penalty is very humane if you look at it. And
yeah, I mean, you basically, it's fair. I mean, it's less than fair. I mean, it's like returning the bottle for, a milk bottle for a nickel. It's not.
They destroy families long beyond the 500 people. So no more blue ribbon committees.
Yeah, Melania and your stupid shit. You didn't do anything.
Telling us what to do. We want the death penalty for...
Oh my God. This is just, again, If I was Mike Flynn, I would sue. This motherfucker's just stealing his whole line.
For drug dealers and for human traffickers, if you don't mind.
Has anybody checked on Matt Gaetz? Does he stand up on that line? I mean, I understand he gets a standing O from some people just on everything he says. I would like to, like, a camera on Matt Gaetz at that moment.
So incredible.
So incredible that I gotta do this QAnon bullshit just to get you guys to show up. It's like, you know what it's like? Ironically, it's like drugs. You need a heavier hit, or just, you guys have developed an intolerance to my normal intolerance. I have to be psycho intolerant for you people.
Under a Republican Congress, we should also pass emergency funding to hire thousands and thousands more police officers.
Wait, police officers? Check it right now. We got a great police officer right now. You get a toaster or a cop, whatever you'd want.
We want police officers nationwide.
We do have police officers nationwide. I don't know if he knows that.
To put violent criminals behind bars and keep them behind bars, not let them out the following morning or the following hour.
Yeah, the cops don't do that part. That's the pre-trial part. You can't say that and complain that the Jan 6 people who actually had a bail hearing or a bond hearing said fuck you to the judge and got kept. So,
and we want the radical left, the Democrats, to leave our police alone. Let them do their job.
And we want maggots to stop attacking them with sharpened flagpoles, especially the ones with the Blue Lives Matter flag on them. And I think it's a particularly dickish move. It's one thing to be assaulted, but, you know.
Give them back their respect. They know what to do.
When to do it, and what we need them to do is, if they see somebody dealing drugs, shoot them. Ask questions later, and if it turns out they were just holding $20 for a friend and that wasn't drugs, it was a sandwich, eat the sandwich, take the 20, and go fight more other real crime.
Have to allow them to do their job. Nobody can do it like them.
Yes, that's true. Nobody can do it like them. Nobody should deputize themselves and make themselves de facto police. No sovereign citizens, no maggots taking the law into their own hands, and none of that.
Nobody. And to stop the lawlessness here in Ohio,
I would like to take the high out of Ohio.
You need to vote yes on Ohio Issue 1 to require courts to consider public safety when setting bail for dangerous criminals.
Again, they do.
And
again, does that just mean that they have to go on record and check a box now, as opposed to saying, I did consider public safety when I did it, or you must do it, there's a little form. I considered public safety when I...
As importantly, you have to defeat the far-left Democrat phony running for the United States Senate. His name is Tim Ryan, and...
His name is Tim Ryan, and remember that name. Go into the booth and go, who am I voting for? Tim Ryan. I remember Trump saying, Tim Ryan, really loud. Maybe it was him.
And you know...
No, I don't.
He looked at my poll numbers. I think he's running JD on an I love Donald Trump policy.
So, not a radical left person then. Oh, he loves old friend of Oprah, Donald Trump. Maybe.
But didn't he vote for Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer 100% of the time, and their policies are the worst?
Oh, they're the worst?
They're the worst. No,
they're so the worst. It's so the worst.
People call me, Tim Ryan did a commercial. I think he really likes you. He doesn't me.
I think Tim Ryan did a commercial. I think Tim Ryan actually likes you. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, it's, hold on. I can't hear you. Can you tell John Voight to shut up for a second? Just walk out of the room. I don't think he'll notice. He's crying again. I'm sorry. Look, Tim, I just watched. Yeah, I just watched another Tim Ryan ad, and I think he's trying to trick people into thinking that he likes you. And I really can't. You're gonna have to call me back. I cannot hear you over John Voight. It's amazing. He hasn't shut up the whole time. Dear God.
He doesn't like me, and I don't like him. He's been terrible.
Awful.
Tim Ryan is a militant left-winger who is lying.
A militant?
Lying to your.
Militant, is that a gastrointestinal problem, or hold on one second? Militant.
Commercial. I think
isn't Milident an old toothpaste from the 40s?
Really likes you. He doesn't like me. He doesn't like me, and I don't like him. He's been terrible. Tim Ryan is a militant left-winger.
Yep, Milident. I guess Tim Ryan's got a corporate sponsor. Try Milident, Gleam.
Who is lying to your faces, acting.
Well, I mean, at least he does it to your face.
As though he's my friend on policy, pretending to be a moderate so he can get elected and betraying everything that you believe in.
Yeah, just like, and at least J.D. Vance isn't somebody who is pretending to like Donald Trump just so he can get elected as a Republican and then go in, be a never Trumper in the next election. You sure about that? I mean, it's one thing if Tim Ryan is against you in the state, you can run against him again, but you're not. You sure? You sure J.D. Vance isn't just using you, Trump, to... No? All right.
He is not a moderate. He is radical left. 100% voted for these Biden disaster policies. Tim Ryan pretends to be for Trump.
Tim Ryan? Tim Ryan with Biden? I love that guy. Tim Ryan.
But when I was president, he only voted with us 16% of the time. And these are great policies for Ohio.
He only voted with some of the stuff Trump was passing 16% of the time.
And over the last 2 years...
Yeah, he only voted for the stuff that would help Ohio. Tim Ryan with Biden.
He has voted with Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and the rest every single time.
Every single time, except the 16% of the time when it would help Ohio. And
it doesn't matter on what. It doesn't matter how bad
it doesn't matter if it was stuff you guys wanted.
It is. He recently called on his supporters to kill the MAGA movement. Then he said,
oh, dear God.
Oh, that's not playing well in Ohio. Let's end that.
Let's end the killing of the MAGA movement. Let's end killing of the... Let's end it instead of kill it.
He wanted to kill. Did you see that?
He said kill. Anyone who says kill means kill.
You have to kill MAGA. Kill MAGA. Now, if he says it, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a movement. He's saying kill the movement. You do understand how, like, analogies and allegories work, right?
If I say, we'd like to raise our voice a little bit to the radical left, he's a treasonous.
He's a treasonous. He's a treasonous. If I even say that, they all become Italian. He's a treasonous, like a bastardo.
It's treason. It's horrible. Oh,
he's treasonous, horrible. Oh, my, ay.
Such a bad person.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He wanted to, and he said it very strongly.
He voted to kill MAGA.
Kill MAGA.
He voted. They had a bill that went through the House, HBFU, and
I don't think it works if I say it, but you know what?
I don't think it works if he road tested it like a dumbass. Does that work? Is that popular to say it? What if I start saying that now? And can I mean, obviously the polls are showing me that I'm getting my ass kicked. Maybe if hating me is a big business. Maybe if I start hating myself for money, would that work? I shouldn't have brought it up.
We better be careful, and we better be strong, and we better be smart, because these...
Well, careful, I think you can manage. I mean, it takes a level of self-awareness you might not be capable of, but strong and smart. Might be a little out of reach.
People are coming after you, and it's not going to be good.
It's not too good.
And I don't believe we've ever had a nation.
I'm sorry, Benny Loco. Do not let this is Benny Loco. This whole thing is just so that you can get past getting triggered by this dude.
That's had to endure this. This is just the phase, the stage of evolution that they're in.
Yes, right. There's like a whole thing of like, didn't realize Trump was bad, started to realize Trump was bad, realized how bad Trump was, and went, motherfucker, this guy stole secrets. Right.
It's getting worse and worse.
It's like altered states. They're evolving in reverse. These are Nancy Pelosi is such a knuckle dragger, but not like a hot macho way. Like you guys, I don't mean to say, I don't want to insult anybody. I don't mean knuckle dragger like it's a bad thing.
Green New Deal is a destructive force, and it's total bullshit, I have to tell
you. Hi. The Green New Deal. He just said bullshit. It was my girlfriend just walked in with tea. Is that for me? Yeah, thanks. How's your day? Did you go to the gym? I could tell by your outfit. Excuse you. 1 second. Hold on. Thank you. Just for the record, I'm kissing my girlfriend and not the cat. That noise is coming from the other room. I think Ethan's probably going to be hungry for too long. Yeah, so yeah. Are you hungry? Yeah. So just order me something along the lines of where you guys are going. I should be done in about 10 minutes. I mean, I say that all the time, but it's true. Okay. Love you. You want Chip? Chip? Where do you? Huh? Chip, come here. Hi, buddy. What you doing? Hold on. Chip wants to come over and say hi to you guys. Come here, buddy. Come here. What you doing? Oh, gosh. Oh, he's a boy. Oh, he's a boy. What's happening? Hold on. We can't have both on the screen. Look at the Chipple. What you doing? What you doing? Hi. What are you doing? What's Chippa doing? Hi, Chip. How's he doing? Chip is, Chip wants a treat, so he's been hanging outside the door. That's what's happening. Yeah. Hi, buddy. I've got to finish this lecture or Mr. Bigglesworth gets angry. Chip Bigglesworth. That's his name. What are you doing? You want to lay down? Oh, yeah. Hi, buddy. Hear that? That's right. There he goes. Oh, it's good stuff. Excuse me 1 second. I'll be right with you. Please. I've got full lap. Yes, he does. He's got the whole thing. What's going on with gas prices on the West Coast? California has higher costs and refinery issues. They have higher taxes around it too. Because they're trying to, it's been a strategic thing to wean people off gas cars through lack of subsidies and then basically inverted subsidies over time. They overly benefited from it in California, and now they're not benefiting from it all. That helps a little bit. There you go, buddy. You can't get off the, no, you can't don't, just relax. You can't attack. Do you want to talk on the phone? Hello? This is my agent. Chip, there's somebody it's for you. All right. Here we go. We'll do the last couple of moments of this, and then I'm going to bug off. It's bullshit. Cut to bullshit. Hi, buddy. They said bullshit. That's amazing. Also, notice how they're only fading to the right on this, or they're panning to the right, and then they stop right here.
And I was looking for another word because every time I do it, I get killed,
Yeah, every time, it's all over the papers. I can't go to the grocery store. It's all over. They have it in, like, newsstands when I'm having a hot dog and looking at the race forms. And I saw Donald Trump uses foul language. It's everywhere. They kill me for it. Nightly news just running it, and then they shame me for saying it, and then they play it again. It's terrible.
Even our great First Lady, she'll say, you shouldn't have used the word bullshit. But there is no better description. I can't think of, I have a very nice vocabulary. I can't think of a word that fits it better. Look at Germany.
Well, by the way, that's not the fault of the English language. That's because you are an uncultured, poorly educated, second-generation rich kid and a goon. I swear for impact, and I don't care. I don't think there's not words I could use that are better. I just am having fun. If I needed to write something or I was doing a speech like that, and there was a fucking 9-year-old over my left shoulder, I might craft the language differently. Make it a little under, G-rated to get my point across.
Germany decided to go windmills all over, kill all their birds, windmills. They decided...
Excuse me. What kind of birds do they have in Germany anyways? Flying bratwurst? What are you talking about? Hi, buddy.
To go solar. I like solar, but it's very limited in its capacity. It can't fire their big, massive plants. And
it's not for the big, massive plants, you fucking turd.
I took a lot of heat. I made a speech at the United Nations, and I criticized Germany for making a deal on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. Nobody ever heard of Nord Stream 2 until
Yeah, they were like, wait a minute, is that like Nord Stream 1?
Came along. They had the thing almost built, and I said, what the hell is this? They're supplying Europe with oil and gas. And I said, that's not going to happen. And I told Angela Merkel, I'm sending her the flag, the white flag of surrender. I sent her the flag. But Donald, why do you send me this flag? I said, because if you look at that.
By the way, the generals told him that that would be the white flag of surrender. He thought it was a positive. It would benefit Russia.
The history of Germany and Russia. There's bad things happen.
It's so, you know what I mean? I got to go read a book on that whole thing. Is that true? Russia and Germany had did they have words at some point? Was there, hi, buddy. Look.
I said, Angela, if you're getting 72% of your energy from Russia,
they're not.
Here is the white flag, because you will be surrendering very quickly. Who the hell thought it was going to happen this fast, right? And you know what happened? It was very interesting. When I was at the United Nations making a speech, there were like 7 very handsome German gentlemen, and they were smiling and laughing. They thought it was so cute. They thought it was so funny that I was making this statement. They're not laughing anymore. Most of them are thrown out of the place. And Germany now is going back to the old-fashioned stuff, including coal, by the way. But they have no choice. They won't have a country. They won't have a country left. Who would have thought it was going to happen so quickly? This guy Ryan voted to raise taxes on Ohio families on 113 separate occasions, including voting for Joe Biden's $326 billion tax hike on the middle class and every part of Democrats' inflation-causing spending.
Yeah, so just for the record, at some point, they're going to take the long-term budget price tag of anything and consider each dollar a vote to raise taxes by $1 on all spending, which, by the way, since a lot of it is either paid for or lowers the deficit in the process, it's ridiculous anyways. But just for the point, that's what they keep saying. Hi, are you falling off? What's happening, buddy?
Binge.
What
a disgrace. I mean, they got $4 trillion, and most of it's just wasted money. Throw it right out the window. It's going to kill us with inflation. I mean, they should have used the debt ceiling to stop it. McConnell should have used the debt ceiling. I could have stopped that thing in 1 hour. 15 minutes, I would have said, you can't have it.
Asshole. You were in power when that happened.
Because we have a debt ceiling, you can't have it. But they'll come.
He could have made under the debt ceiling stuff. They could have done. If that was true, why didn't he pull that with the debt ceiling raise during his presidency at any time?
Back and use the debt ceiling on us. Mitch McConnell is a disgrace, and I hope you're going to do something about it, JD. He's a disgrace. He could have stopped all of it.
No, he couldn't have.
And they still have time. They'll try and pack the courts. They're trying to get rid of the filibuster. You know that. And if they get rid of the filibuster, those courts, and, you know, the justices on the court, we put 3 great ones on. We have a couple of really great ones also, but
they could have kept me in office. I don't know why they did the abortion thing, but they wouldn't make me perma-president. I don't know. They're good for the country, but not good for Trump. It's not too good.
But they better be careful what they wish for, because they're letting these people get away with murder, and they're going to be packing the court, and they're going to have 23 judges, 26 judges. It started off with, they want 13. I said, they won't stop. They'll have so many judges. You'll have to hire a massive furniture company to build all the seats for the judges. And if they get rid of the filibuster...
Good Lord. Like, hi, buddy. I know. Hi. I'm trying to do a show.
Buster, there's a chance, because Mitch McConnell never used the power. He had great power.
He had great power, but he didn't, and with it came no responsibility.
He had great power.
He was Turtle Man. He would fly in and fight crime and eat iceberg lettuce. Yep.
He could have stopped it with debt ceiling. Very simple debt ceiling. Sorry, we can't do it. He couldn't
do it. He couldn't do it. The debt ceiling, he didn't have the debt ceiling. Could have used debt ceiling to do it, but he used the debt ceiling. And but I read a book on repeating phrases. German dude wrote it. And I use that all the time. Use it all the time. Debt ceiling, not too good.
Even been nice about it. Sorry, we can't do it. We have a debt ceiling. We can't do it. What a shame. They've used it on us. And this guy didn't want to do it. I don't know what his problem is. He is the worst leader, and you got to get him out of there. Tim Ryan
will be a much better. Tim Ryan would be better than Mitch McConnell, if you ask me.
Is an energy extremist. An
anti-energy extremist.
Who publicly stated
he's going to. You think Ohio oil is in trouble now?
That, quote, I support the Green New Deal, made up by a young lady that I don't think she ever even studied anything about the AOC.
She didn't study anything about herself. One day she will, though, I think.
AOC.
She'll probably be in a history book or two. She's got lots of potential. I think it'd be kind of great if she ends up, she retires after a long, she's old and people are living a lot longer, and she's like 112 and she's retired from Congress, and she enjoyed being president a couple times, and then she goes back to, like, she's going to be a writer, and she goes back to college and takes a new course, and in it it's how ironic they're teaching a class on civics and stuff, and she's in it. That would be nice.
I don't think she ever even studied it at Boston College, right? Boston University.
Whatever. Any of but the important thing is Boston. That's okay.
She was a poor student.
She was a poor student. Unlike yours truly, number one.
And she didn't take courses in the environment?
Well, I guess that's good then.
Other than that, she knows a lot about what's going on. She's got a good line of crap, I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, easy. You're getting that spicy language again.
Because Nancy Pelosi's, they're all afraid of these people. You know, Israel used to have the strongest lobby. It was so powerful. You couldn't say a bad thing about Israel 12 years, 15 years ago, right? Today, it's like Israel is like...
Yeah, like nobody likes Israel anymore. Who the fuck is... It must have been because Bibi Netanyahu sucked up to that last dude. What the fuck was his name?
These people are just trying to take over Congress. It's terrible.
People who hate Israel, I'm guessing is what he means. It sounds like he means Israel, though.
Ryan called for completely abolishing gas-powered automobiles from the road. Oh, that's another beauty. A suicide plan that would obliterate the Ohio auto industry. This is going to...
Yeah, the Ohio auto
destroy your industry.
Of whatever it is. Your Ohio auto... the Walla Walla auto...
The industry will be destroyed.
What industry would that be? The Ohio...
Bankrupt Ohio...
Hold on, what the fuck? Back up.
Energy industry send electricity prices soaring. We can't even supply the electric now. The beauty. A suicide plan that would obliterate the Ohio water. This is going to.
Yeah, the whole Ohio water industry. That's what it is. I got it. Okay. They're going to get rid of the Ohio water, the Walla Walla, Washington.
Destroy your industry.
Of water, Ottawa. Your Ottawa industry. In Canada.
The industry will be destroyed. Bankrupt Ohio energy industry send electricity prices soaring. We can't even supply the electric now without every car. And as you'll hear me say in a couple of minutes, they don't go far enough.
They don't go far. He means he's trying to crank up range anxiety.
They cost too much money. They got every problem. And remember, the batteries are all made in China, right?
No.
But you'll hear me say it in this.
Hold on. All right. I'm going to sign off and we'll pick up later. But may I go out the door on this one? Hold on. This is literally from fucking August 31st. You stupid motherfucker. Look at this. They make the batteries. Some of the people, if they're actually from Ohio, there might be people who actually fucking make these batteries in that crowd. Like, Jesus Christ. September 1st. Ultium Cell begins EV battery production in Ohio. After ramp-up phase, the output will exceed 40 gigawatts annually. Jesus Christ. Hi. Somebody. Hello? Is there a cat walking around? Hi. Chip's just laying there playing with my headphone cable. Yeah, here's another one. This is August 29th. Honda's new $4.4 billion battery plant heads to Ohio. Appears to be heading for Ohio. They're bidding on this one with another state. What else? There we go. Hold on one second. Is this the same one? GM Ventures? Yeah. Yeah, like this. I mean, this was all over the news there. Just recently. They don't go anywhere. They suck. The batteries don't work. And they're all made in China. China, for those of you that don't know, is the name, interestingly, of a town in Ohio.
Second. I don't want to repeat myself, so I'll say it.
You will.
In a second. And trigger rolling blackouts all across your state like they're having in California. California now is a disaster area.
No, it isn't.
Every day they're issuing, please turn off all air conditioners.
No, they aren't.
Please turn off your televisions immediately. We don't have any power because we're fired by wind.
No.
Remember when I used to...
He has to say windmills cause cancer and kill your birds.
Kid, but I wasn't kidding.
I wasn't kidding. They do cause cancer.
Darling, I want to watch the president tonight.
I can't. The wind isn't blowing, my darling.
On television, this president.
Not that. Yeah, nobody wants to watch Biden. What's he just going to announce? Some fucking bill that passed?
I want to watch him, but we won't be able to because the wind is not blowing, darling. We have absolutely no energy. The birds are dying, but the wind is not blowing. They're all made, you know, those big turbines, they're all made in China and Germany.
And Germany.
Germany, by the way, in case you had...
So I guess Germany doesn't have to wave the white flag. They'll always be able to build wind turbines for us.
Tim Ryan voted to support the Marxists, defund the police movement, while also voting against legislation to prevent the FBI and Justice Department from targeting patriotic parents and, by the way, patriotic politicians also. Tim Ryan
No, there wasn't a bill that would make it so the FBI couldn't prosecute former presidents. Does it fuck you out of your mind?
I fully support.
Like, you think Republicans would let a bill pass that would take them prosecuting Clinton for the body count off the table?
The open borders left, having voted against the border wall. I used to have to fight this guy, and now all of a sudden he's saying what a wonderful plan we had. I was always fighting him. I never.
You see, I don't like. He's always fighting with me, and now I kind of he just looks tougher than J.D. Vance, and he looks like he's from Central Casting.
I like that guy very much, and I won his area by a lot. And he voted three times to support taxpayer-funded extreme late-term abortion, ripping babies from the mother's womb right up till the moment.
Wait, from the mother's room? They can't take them if the kid has their own room. They're old. They're too old to do this too, right? They didn't. Did they provide them with a ladder or
moment of breath? Right
at the moment of breath.
Up until the moment of birth. And by the way, if you watch...
And sometimes after, is this what?
The former governor of Virginia, or even after birth.
No. Fuck you, no. That's just straight up normal murder.
We put the baby aside, and then we essentially execute the baby.
We put the baby aside, and then essentially we put it in a hot car and go to the Mall of America.
No, these are radical rights.
These are radical rights. The left is fighting for the right to leave a newborn in a hot car because you're bored. Good fucking God. Like, please, by the way, again, these are very serious issues. Do not let this asshole wind you up with his inserious drivel, because even the vast majority of the people there are like, that didn't fucking happen. That's just ridiculous. Look at their eyes and their gaze. Look at, are these people who are enraptured by what he's saying right now? Even this dude, he's like, huh?
It's been turned back over to the states. The states are going to do the right thing, and everybody's wanted it, including Ruth Bader Ginsburg wanted it. It should be in the states.
It should be in the states. It should be.
And the Republicans have to get smart with that issue.
Which means, Lindsay, shut up.
Very smart. I'm a person like Ronald Reagan.
Well, both old, both dyed hair, both showbiz backgrounds in theory. I mean, he could actually act. So, both a little soft upstairs after their first term.
3 exceptions. You have a certain term. You have a lot of things, but the fact that it was turned over to the states is going to prove to be very, very positive event. They can't let people vote the wrong way on an issue that a lot of people don't understand. It's turned over to the states, and
yeah, this makes sense.
It's working out, and it's working out in a lot of places very well. And the places where it's not working out, it will work out.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's basically done. If it's not done, it will be done. And if it hasn't been done, it's going to...
Perhaps worst of all, Tim Ryan has pledged that if he's elected, he will provide the tie-breaking 50th vote to abolish the filibuster. He wants to do it so badly, meaning Democrats will quickly ban voter ID, gut election integrity, pack the Supreme Court, grant mass amnesty to millions of illegal aliens, and bankrupt our country.
Yeah, there's the bankrupt our country bill is a big one right now. I didn't know Tim Ryan had signed on to that, though. I wasn't aware. I'm going to take a break. I would just like to say, so I will keep at this, and then that will be that, and I'll be on like I was for 4 hours last night. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I appreciate you guys' support, and thanks for all the love during my birthday week. My birthday is actually Sunday. Just saying. And it's a travel day, so I'll be flying on that day, so wish me luck. But I will be celebrating with some of our dear friends and beloved sparklers and others before the Sexy Liberal show on Saturday. And Johnny Million he thought he had a show. He doesn't have a show. He's available. He's going to come to Sexy Liberal, and he's going to meet some of the people who are coming to the Sexy Liberal show and backstage, which would be lovely. He's going to be my stunt meet and grope. That's my goal. Anyways, I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself and take care of somebody else. And remember, if you're ever confronted with a choice that you believe is the lesser of two evils, choose less evil. Okay, see you tomorrow.